What we're going to look at today is for users to be able to access the system if they don't have remote access. So when you set up your users, you can tick that they have remote access or they don't have remote access. For those that don't have remote access, it means they can't just access from any computer, so they can't access from home, they can't access when they're on holiday, they can't access anywhere except from your clinic, which you may want, especially with, for example, locums. If you have a locum that comes in once every couple of months, you may want them to have their own login, but you may not want them to be able to just access your system whenever they want. So if you're setting up users so that they can't have remote access, you have to let the system know what IP addresses are allowed. So for anyone that doesn't have remote access, only allowed IP addresses. If they're using one of those IP addresses, will they be allowed to access the system? The way to set this up through administration, and we've got IP addresses, and here you have your safe IP addresses. So the ones that if a user is on this IP address, they will be able to access the system. So we've got one set here, we can always add in another one and just save that. So you can have as many IP addresses as you want here. So you may want a staff member to be able to access from home and from work, but from nowhere else, in which case you could input their home IP address here, and then they can only do it from home or from work and not from anywhere because they don't have remote access. These are easy enough to delete, so you just get rid of it if it's one that you no longer, if you've given someone access and you no longer want them to have access. And that just allows you control of who accesses the system and where they access the system from.